Well, howdy there, folks. How's it going today? I hope you're all doing really good. Well, it's been a few days since I've been out in the shop, and I thought I'd kind of tinker on this mandolin a little bit more. It's pretty much ready to put some strings on and see what it sounds like here. Been working on the bridge here a little bit, and the action was extremely high the way the bridge was, so I just took a flat file, actually it's a half round file, laid it on the bench, whoops, and just took the bridge and went back and forth until I got it to the point where I was comfortable. Now, you can't take too much off these because you need the break angle too. It's kind of a, 50-50 split the difference kind of deal here. So, it's been in small increments and I've been checking it with a piece of TIG wire, stainless welding wire here. Now, I'll show you pretty much what I use for a gauge here. Now, you can do this with a straight edge too. This is just something that I had on the bench, and I use this quite a bit. Now, the bridge isn't exactly where it's supposed to be positioned. I'm not even sure exactly where it's supposed to be positioned. I'm just going to kind of use the old ghost lines of where it was, start from there. Now, this thing was split right in half. The top had a gap in it about 1/8 of an inch, the whole length of it. The inlay was also lifted. This was all loose. A lot of interior work as well. If you guys want to check those videos out, feel free to go in my playlist. So here's the bridge. Now, I'm not sure what this wood is, honestly, maybe rosewood or something. Now, there's a few extra notches in the saddle here, as you can see. So we'll have to kind of compensate for that and pick the ones that work. It did have a few frets that were pushed over sideways. I pounded those back, polished them, and cleaned the fretboard up some. It does need a little shot of oil. Maybe we'll do that, and then we'll throw the strings right on it and see what it sounds like. So that's what it looks like on the back. It is a bowl back. It's got a nice little wraparound maple piece. I nailed the bridge string tree back on it yesterday and just put a little touch of super glue on the nails when I drove them in, just for good measure. They were loose, so, I know if I need to take it apart with anything like this, I'd always just touch it with a soldering iron, heat it up, and then pull it. They might have even touched a little glue on them back in the day. I don't know. But they were loose, so I don't want them coming out. There's a lot of tension being applied to that, by the way. Okie doke, we're going to throw a set of D'Addario. How do you guys say it? I don't buy D'Addario stuff. I guess that's how I say it, D'Addario. I don't know. Anyway, it's a big mystery, I guess. I play Ernie Ball mostly on my electric guitars, and acoustic strings can vary, but I'm not a mandolin player, so I got some phosphor bronze here. They are 10 through 38, looks like, maybe. Anyway, 3 sets for whatever, $20 or something. I got a few other mandolins I'm going to put some strings on anyway, so here we go. Alright, so here's the gauges. Whoa, I don't know. I gotta think this. So these will be on the treble side, I'm guessing. 10, 24, 10, 24. And then you would have a 14, 38, 14, 38. I guess it's pretty easy. I was a little confused at first, so the light strings will go on the bottom of each set, and the heavier string will go above it. Well, I better roll these old tuners over a little bit, because sometimes they'll bind right up on you, and that's no fun when you already have the string threaded through there and whatnot. So, boy, those are stiff. who knows how long it's been since those have been turned, so they all seem to have that little funky, flat spot there for a second until you roll them around a little bit, and they seem to loosen up. Now, this is the remnants of another string. I just took all these off, and I cut the strings off, the old strings, I mean, and I couldn't get them off the posts here, and I noticed one of them was tied. I was like, oh, probably someone broke a string and tied it. But then as I went along, they were all tied on there. They actually pushed the string through, wrapped it around, and then twirled it around, almost like you'd see on the bald end, and then they wound the tuner up. Some sort of ancient technique there, I guess. Anyway, looks like they're all going to work. It's starting to loosen up a little bit. Maybe a little 3-in-1 oil wouldn't hurt on the gears here either. I'm trying to just loosen them up without busting the heads off the tuners here. There's one of the grommets. You got to be careful of that. Those really like to fall out. Now, there is something you can do. You can just put a spot of glue on and push them back down. I think I'm going to do that just because they're all there and I don't want to lose them. Look at that open book headstock. I still don't know where this is from. If you guys know anything, let me know. From the design of the inlay, I'm leaning towards possibly Czechoslovakia, but I could be completely off on this. But I did see an inlay kind of similar to this, not exactly, but a lot of those mandolins, bowl backs, even non-bowl backs had this kind of inlay where it would go around the sound hole, and the scratch guard was kind of all one piece there. So I still don't know. Anyway, let's press on. Okay, I'm putting just a little touch of super glue on these grommets. I'm going to pull them all and set them all back on there. And the reason I'm doing it isn't just because they fall out, which is, the obvious reason, but also if they're loose in the hole, they can make some weird kind of vibrations, unwanted noise. So I'm going to glue them in. I was trying to diagnose an old acoustic one time, and it had something that really sounded like a string buzz or some sort of weird nut vibration or whatnot. You know how strings can ride flat in the nut on an acoustic, and they can make some weird kind of sitar style noises. And man, I was pulling my hair out. And finally, I checked the grommets around the tuning post here, and they were all loose. And I put my finger on one of them, hit the note, and it didn't make the noise. And as soon as I let off the grommet with my finger, I could hear the noise again. So just wanted to pass that along. Sometimes that can be something that will haunt you. All right, we're almost there. Okay, so the strings are marked with color tabs, and yeah, there you go. So which one's green? You tell me, D'Addario. That's why I don't play D'Addario right there, folks. Sorry, D'Addario. They put it on the bottom of the box. Alright, I'm going to let that slide. Hey, Gibson. There's the little shop cat. I'm looking her over. Old Oliver's out too, ain't you, buddy? Good boy, all. Okie doke, folks. Well, I just spent about the last 2 hours tuning this thing. I can understand why I did not take up the mandolin. Now, I don't know if the intonation's like spot on right now, but let's just see what it sounds like. I'm really excited. I haven't really played anything. I've just been tuning it, like I said, so here we go. It's different. It's quite loud, actually. I'm kind of shocked about that. Boy, the little bugger rings, I know that. Now the strings are still stretching and doing their thing, you know. It's probably going to have to sit for a day or so, and then I'll try tuning it again. Now the tuners are really turning hard, some of them. I actually had to use a string winder to help me turn them a little bit. But I want to put this back on the bench for a second, and I want to show you guys what the action is like on this thing. It is as good as any of my electric guitars, to be honest with you. Once I get the strings stretched out and get it so it will stay in tune for a few minutes, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play. Honestly, it's a little weird with the size of it, but again, now when I really come onto it and bang on it, it gets even louder. Really cool. Now this took a lot of work to make this thing function again. One of the hardest repairs I've probably done on an instrument to date. It was really intense, honestly. It wasn't like nerve-wracking or scary, you know, I wasn't out anything, but let's go put it on the bench and just take a quick peek at the action here real quick. Here we go. I can't find my rule right now. It's either in my toolbox or on the bench somewhere. I'll have to dig around. The action is right down tight. Now I can just stick a pick in the, you know, like a medium pick right at the body joint here. It doesn't buzz. It doesn't do anything weird. No odd vibrations from the repairs that we did on it. Pretty amazing that this thing is back as an instrument that you can play again, honestly. It was a really fun project, and I'm going to keep expanding on this and try to get it so, you know, I can work any of the kinks out that might arise. It almost sounds like a small, cheap speaker is the first thing that comes to mind. I'm trying to play this in front of the camera here, but really different. I think the thing would probably ring for the next day and a half. It will probably take you as long to tune it as it will before it will stop ringing. So in any case, once we get the string stretched out here, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to keep this. I mean, I'm definitely not selling this. I think this is going to be a really cool piece just to pull out once in a while and have a little fun on. I got a few mandolin chord books in the studio. I may have to dig those out and maybe learn a minor chord or something on a mandolin. Anyway, folks, I do appreciate you guys, you know, sticking along for the ride on this. I know this has been a bunch of videos and a lot of talking and whatnot, but that's how this stuff goes, you know. At least the way I do it. I'm not pressed to do repair work or anything, and you know, this is my own stuff, so it's really not a big deal. So I like to just do it in my spare time and take my time. You know, if I need to source any pieces or parts or anything like that, I'm not in a big hurry. And This one come out pretty good. I'll have to dig out my other mandolins. I have, well, a small little collection going on. I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. Some really cool ones, too. So, in any case, we'll dig them all out someday, and maybe we'll do a big Mando shoot out here or something. Anyway, thanks again for watching my videos, and I really do appreciate all the nice comments and all the information that you guys share with me, too, as well. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.